Hey everybody, welcome back to another reading. So we're going to be doing May 2024. I'm a little bit late, but whatever, right? You know how it goes. It's just energy, so there really is no such thing as being late. So today I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with an energy healing session, so to get a little bit clear, bring in our higher selves, get the frequencies right, get everyone together and collected, and then we'll go into some messages. And yeah, so already I could feel the throat chakra, right? So first of all, welcome back. And let's just jump right in with that. So if you would like to receive some healing energies, you can go ahead and just say, yes, please, right? And of course, your higher self is going to be the authority. It can overrule you or sign you up when you don't want to be signed up. But if you're interested in receiving these energies, then please don't just know you don't have to do anything. Of course, you should hydrate because listen, we're on here just doing videos and you're just watching, but please remember, I do energy work. So for whatever reason, this is the gift and this is the ability. So please know that if you're going to receive these energies, they are going to be in your highest, for your highest good, but they are energy. So whatever happens in the non-physical will have an effect in the physical. So hydrating will be very helpful. All right. Okay, so let me get quiet. We'll tap in a little bit here, and I'll give you guys some notes if any messages come through. Also, of course, if you don't want to receive it, you can still sit there. Your desire not to receive will be enough. Okay. Already feeling. Oh, did you hear my voice change? So that's just our energies coming in. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little space clearing as well. So this is going to be good for the space that you're in. We're going to go ahead and, with your permission, include any vehicles that you have, include any spaces where your name is, whether they're on bills at the IRS office, on your diplomas, at institutions, wherever it is, it's your energy. And so we're going to go ahead and clear that as well. When we're doing these clearings, all we're doing is removing toxic energy, lower frequency energies. Nobody has the ability to remove energies of love. It's impossible because all all that is really love. So the intruder is not the loving energy, that's the default. So always remember, you can clear energies and not jeopardize connections with people or opportunities if those people and opportunities are for your highest good. Okay. So yeah, doing a lot of clearing. Guys, got a lot going on, myself included, in the solar plexus area. There's a lot of fear and anxiety I'm feeling in the bowel area, in the, lower intestinal tract is what I'm feeling around the sacral energy, sacral chakras. Whew. Also clearing the chakras in your along the backside. Remember, your chakras have corresponding chakras. So your third eye chakra has one at the back as well. Throat chakra, one at the back. Heart chakra, one at the back as well. So we're doing clearing there as well. Also, it's like popping out stuff from the ears. So if you're feeling anything or sensing anything, that's just us. So don't worry. And your team is there, your spirit team is there supporting you as well. Thank you so much to our spirit teams, always coming in clutch, the unsung heroes. People aren't giving them their due, but they're here and they're assisting you with bringing these energies in and filtering them into your energetic field and your space where they need to be most appropriately filtered. Okay. So we're just going to take a few moments and look at the back, look at the base of the neck, but a little bit more into the brain itself. So we're going to do a little bit of clearing there as well. And for those of you who need any special rewiring, your spirit team will be taking care of that. So don't worry. Um, ooh, Sensing for some of you, you guys are having a lot of blockages in the cranial area around the head and whatnot, and you may be experiencing that in the physical as having some type of creative block. Maybe you're trying to get something off the ground, you're having trouble envisioning things, moving through space, whatever it is. That's interesting. I heard moving through space. The words are not minced here, so it's going to be what it needs to be. We're also clearing out the sinuses and the nasal cavities as well. Yeah, and then we're going to request a social media cleanse as well from your energy field. Because remember, social media and including this, anything that you watch on TV, that's typically, I mean, it's technically consumption. The music you listen to, the people that you're listening to, the influences, the things that you're reading, all of that is considered energetic input. It's consumption, and a lot of it's trash. So guess where it's staying? It's staying inside of you. So we're clearing that out. And some of those things can easily carry etheric parasites and things. I don't want to get into all that because the conspiracy theorists among you who understandably are aware of some of those things, but do not know how to properly focus yourself so that you're not going off in those kinds of areas, will get lost in it. So remember, we can be aware of things, but not necessarily have to make those things become our life and our idea of what is out there and where we're going and what's going to happen for us. Remember, there are multiple versions of Earth. And so you may think sometimes that you are, I don't want to say doing something and such, but remember, at the end of the day, it's really about you getting yourself into certain versions of Earth, right? So that's all that is. You're not changing anything around you. Like even me, I'm assisting right now, but I'm actually really creating the conditions within my own field and tapping into certain timelines, and whoosh, I'm jumping. That's what timeline jumping is. You become a vibrational match to something and you whoosh, go. So the same person that you chatted with this morning and you chat with them later today, they will not be the same version of, you know, that person that you chatted with earlier, because changes have been introduced, remember. Okay, so yeah, so we may use, for example, Buddha's you know, the canon of work that's been attributed to Buddha. We may use that to help the world and help ourselves and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's really about you learning what needs to be learned for your own sake, because anytime you make a shift in your mentality and your beliefs or your decisions, your choices, you're zoop, phasing out of one timeline into another. So always remember that it's really you playing this beautiful game of chutes and ladders, okay? That's all it is. And so, yeah. So, okay, great. We're working around the feet now. I'm feeling a lot of um, energies in the throat chakra, not the throat chakra, the heart chakra. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and do a little tapping on the heart chakra. Some of you, you can do one of those if you'd like, but you know, you can just tap the chest gently. You're not trying to throw yourself into, you know, any any fits here, but just to tap it open. You can tap around the sternum as well, just to get some energy flowing there. All right. Whew. So what we just did is we just established a connection between, as the guides are saying, a connection along the spinal cord, along that line between the top part of the body and the lower part of the body, so upper and lower chakras. So you want to make sure that that spinal column or that line is as clear as possible, you know, because it is like the live wire. That's where the chakras are plugged into. They're attached into that central column there. So we always want to like shake it out a bit and do our clearing work. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit in the external part of your energy field for a second. All right, so it's interesting. I've never really looked into the collective, like you guys, into your external parts, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And they're drawing a likeness to how we, you know, we can have a self-concept. Looking at the eye, for example, we have a self-concept of ourselves as the pupil. But then we forget, oh yeah, there's the rest of the eye with the iris and all of that. So right now we would be in the iris, so to speak, and we're you, boop, you're the pupil. So we're just gonna expand out a little bit, and we're gonna do some vacuuming and some clearing in there. Seeing what feels like a lot of see how like already I'm getting a little muddy when I talk about it. Like this is how that energy is hitting through me now. So it's almost like a mm, sawdusty kind of like buttery. They're saying buttery. Okay, I have been eating a lot of butter lately, so that's a little bit of a hint for dietary changes for some of us, right? But apparently that affects it. It does. It affects your energy field too, but it feels very sawdusty in there for some reason, right? In this eye. So they're saying, don't worry, we're well, not the eye, in the outer energy field where you guys are. We're clearing the energy field, right? But they were just likening it to an eye. But we're gonna go ahead and clear that to give you guys some room. There's expansion now because there was a lot of stuff in there. We take for granted the amount of stuff we have. And when I say stuff, of course, we're thinking, oh, I have to declutter. I've got to get rid of all of these things. But remember, what you see around you are manifestations of things that have already been in the energetic field. So if you were to boop, change your goggles and start looking into the non-physical counterpart of this physical space, you would see a lot more stuff. There would be, of course, the energetic frameworks for these little ukuleles, for the bookshelf, for the books, for the cute little painting with a cute little unicorn and baby horses that are down there, but we don't need to get into there. But anyway, you'll see all of that energetic stuff there, but you will also see structures for other stuff that aren't yet made manifest yet. And so when I was just having a conversation with somebody, another wonderful healer and channeler and body worker, and we were talking about that. So it's always important to remember when you're clearing to clear out the non-physical stuff, which is the actual stuff that's there that is not for your highest good. So long story short, when you're decluttering, you're not only taking out the trash, you are clearing out the space. And yes, of course, you can use your saging, you can use your mind, you can call in your higher self, you can ask your spirit team, they can assist you with that. But I like to do vacuuming. You can vacuum things, but always remember that the reason why we have structures, energetic structures in the first place is because it's the B word. Beliefs. It's your beliefs. Thoughts are things. If you have a thought, boom, there it is. There it is. It's not here yet in the physical, but it's there. And so when you have self-destructive thoughts, the question is, how is that going to manifest for you? In your next job? Is it going to be your next man? Is it going to be, that outfit you're just going to buy that's going to be a lower frequency, and it's going to affect your frequency so that whenever you wear it, you're having a bad day? Like where are we at, right? And so, of course, you want to keep around the energetic structures of abundance, of love, things like that. There are so many energetic structures around you, sometimes you can't even perceive of them yet because they're in a non-physical. And that's why you want to slap your favorite reader when they're like, hey, I'm seeing all your money right here at your feet. It's here, but you keep tanking it because you're not being positive. You have to align with it energetically so that you can pull it in from possibility into probability. In other words, pull it in from the non-physical into solidification, boom, then it manifests in the physical. But if you keep beating the drum of how you don't have this and how you don't have that, you're literally pushing what is possible, but that you'd really like, further out as into like a nice little gaseous form. It's not even like taking shape in the non-physical as much, so really you have to get a handle on your belief systems. So that's the reason why I brought that up is because when you're doing clearing of the non-physical space, that the non-physical structures that you have in your space, you'd be surprised, it's a lot. You want to make sure that you are not only just clearing it, but that you're keeping it at bay, and you keep those things at bay by not having self-destructive, self-critical thoughts in the first place. And I'm the first person to say that that's hard. But anyway, you might be much better at doing it than I am, and that's okay. But it's something that we all should work towards. That's just how it is. I mean, of course, if they listen, if you're out here trying to have a better quality of life, then you should work towards it. If you're not, and you're just like, hey, I love the way that my life is going, and this is great, then please, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. All right. Anything else? They, as we were talking, remember they were clearing the field and everything. Anything else that we need to clear in the non-physical? So we'll just take a quick moment and I'll let you guys connect with your spirit team. You can connect with your higher self if you'd like. Remember, your higher self is you at a higher perspective. So when we're at a higher perspective, we can see more, just like someone in a third 3-point perspective, 1, 2, 3, can see the first two perspectives, right? Better. And so if your higher self is at a higher dimension or a higher perspective, they're seeing everything down here and they can offer you advice. All right. So also the higher up you go, there's going to come a point when you go very, very high and you realize, oh my God, my spirit guides and my angels and all of my ancestors and everybody, it's me too. Yeah, because we're all one. So obviously we're all the same, but it always depends on what level of the field you're viewing from this third person, from this third dimensional perspective. Everybody looks different. We're so different. We have different bodies, colors, accents, personalities, but that's just to show you how individuated we are down here. So let's take a moment and chat with your higher self and see if there's any guidance that wants to come in, or you can ask them for stuff. Okay, I'm seeing as asking is occurring and whatnot, we're just filtering through loving energy. I'm hearing the song. Remember, I want to know what love is. Remember, I want to know what love is. Remember that song? Anyway, I'm hearing that, and what we're doing is we're clearing the frequencies of these requests that you guys are sending up, or these conversations that you're having with your higher self and whatnot. We're clearing it as it goes. And so what you will find occurs for you is that, over the next few weeks, I'm getting 4 to 6 weeks, but it could be anytime between now and then, you will have clearer thinking about those things because um, the toxicity will have been removed from those spaces. As I'm saying that, we're clearing extra toxicity from the jawline. It's all connected to the throat chakra. Because remember, if you are expressing these toxic things, you're going to, affect. I'm not saying that what you're asking for is toxic, but remember your belief system. If you're having certain beliefs about what it is that you're asking, there are going to be toxic elements embedded in there. So that's what we're clearing out. And if you notice, there are a lot of people who um, talk a lot, like they're very they're contrarians, or our favorite people, comedians and stuff like that. I'm not going to call any names, who may be talking a lot right now about other comedians and all sorts of stuff, and it's just great television and whatnot. But notice how a lot of those people have issues with their jaw and their teeth and their throat and like things like that, and it's very clear it's throat chakra stuff. So and a lot of us will develop things as well throughout our life at times, whether canker sores and whatever, these things that are developed around, that develop in the physical around our chakra areas are related to the chakras. So as I was seeing you guys express yourself and have those conversations and whatnot, of course there's a little residue that's there because of the toxicity that's embedded in the beliefs that you hold about whatever it is that you're saying. So we're just giving a little bit of a heads up and a little bit of a clearing with that, so you could have clearer thoughts about it. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, yeah. So I did this. So they're saying, yeah, now that you've expressed yourself, expressed yourself. Sorry, trying to do two things. Now that you've expressed yourself, and if you need more time, you can pause to continue. But when you're done, go ahead, just throw your hands up and letting it go. You've put it out there, you've asked, and that's it. Let it go and don't overthink about whatever it is. Some of you may have really asked for things or asked about things that are very passionate to you, that are very significant, that play a big role in your life right now. And so therefore you may really want to ask more questions about it, or say, hey guys, I didn't get anything, or you may want to continue to ruminate or stress or worry about it. And the suggestion is not to do that, because when you're doing that, you're putting hyper focus on that. And if you guys know, if you follow this channel, anything you focus on, you're going to take it from its malleable, natural way, make it rigid and bring it into solidification. So literally your focus on that is feeding it and making what was once just a possibility become a probability for you. And then boom, it's going to become such a probability that it's going to manifest for you. All the stuff you see in your room and in my room were once possibilities in a non-physical, and whatever thought game I had going on at the time call these things into enough probability to be made manifest. And the same for you in your environment, and the same for you with me. Whatever you're thinking was enough to pull me in. And so, hi, thanks. Thank you. So, okay, so we're going to move on now from the energy work. And if there's any additional energy work that needs to be done, oh, thank you. Then, guys are so funny. So that's what I forgot to say. Thank you. The guides will continue to work. I for on your body, mind. It's really your mind and your energy field. But I forgot to say hi. Welcome back to another monthly reading. If you'd like to have personal readings with me, energy healing sessions, intuitive counseling, which is live via video chat, or intuitive card readings, please do feel free to check me out at my Etsy page. It's such a pleasure to work with you and for you, and to just do what I do and what I love. I love this. It's so exciting. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna, literally her holding a heart. This makes me so excited. As much as I love my day jobs, I roll. Thanks. I love it, but this is just on another level. So thank you so much for letting me do this fun stuff. So fun, I can do it for free and paid. It's just great. So anyway, let's jump in. Let's see what's going on for the month of May. Crazy. What's going on, May? Speak to us. I just saw popcorn. Who's that for? All right, so let's see what's going on. All right. So funny. So whoever the popcorn, that they sometimes say things to collect someone's attention, but either way, moving on here, there's a key. I mean, I laugh because it's like they're saying there's something so obvious here. Like there's this big keyhole here, like imagine zoomed in, there's a keyhole, there's a guide sitting there like, hey, insert key here to this new life, to this portal, to this whatever that's going on. And then we have this guy literally holding the key, representing you coming out in the reverse, representing we, because it's me too. I know they're talking to me. So it's representing us who literally have what it is that we need. We are of the like mind right now with spirit, to get something started, to embark upon something new, to open new doors, to do something. There's something that we've been wanting to do. And I know for sure what it is for me. And we have the key to do it. So the alignment is there, but boom, it's not happening. And it's so funny. He's like, what are we doing? So he's sitting there in that, old grandpop kind of like, what are we doing? So what are we doing today? Let's pause. Let's talk about this for a second. So, and literally there's just a random card sitting there saying reflection. Let's talk about this for a second. What's going on inside of you guys right now? For some of you, If this is referring to you, and I'm seeing a boat here, some type of yacht here, that's another thing for somebody here. We saw popcorn, so they're calling people out here so that they know that the message is for them. But just because you don't get a call out doesn't mean the message isn't for you. There's something in your life that you're set, you're primed to get into. Yet it's like almost like having a form on your table. You filled it out already, and all you need to do is take it to the post, and you haven't done it yet. So what's going on with that? I heard someone say, "You got lead in your feet." I don't know why it sounded like that. You got lead in your feet. I so yeah, so we may be feeling very yeah, the word is downtrodden. So let's talk about that. Why is it that you've been grounded like this to the point where you're not able to literally take this next step that's organic, it's simple, it's fruitful, they're saying? Simple. It's organic, it's simple, it's fruitful, and it's going to be yielding. Obviously, fruitful is yielding. So why are you not doing it? Look at these two cards we pulled out. We pulled out the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. What's the other one? Six of Wands, literally the victory card. So um, it seems like May energy so far, what they're presenting is going to be intervention. So here we have the Three of Pentacles. Let's intervene to help you out. What's stopping you from I don't even want to say getting the wish fulfillment, because it's not that you can't get it, but pursuing the wish fulfillment. And for some of you, I feel that that lead in your feet has to do with low self-worth, duh, of course. Self-doubt is another one. Some of you are passing this self-doubt off, passing this self-doubt off as money problems. Always remember, if money were the actual issue, there would be no issue, because money is just a reflection of your energy, period. That's all it is. Whatever you think it is, whatever I think it is, whatever we're out here collectively thinking it is not. It is just reflecting your own money. I mean, your own money, your own energy, and your belief in terms of what you think you're entitled to, what your beliefs are about money. It's just your own beliefs. Some of you are stopping opportunities from coming in as well because of this. So really, it's not that you can't get this opportunity. If it were, you know, your girl would be out here saying, hey guys, I see that you want something, but there's some stuff in the way. Let's see if we can clear it. No, this is about you. And in fact, going to show you the card that was underneath all of that is the Five of Pentacles, although I do have to be keeping it 100 and seeing this Five of Pentacles coming out here in the reverse, which is great. Five of Pentacles speaks of low self-worth. But why it's coming out in the reverse here is because I feel that some of you are, I just heard, I felt someone tap me on the shoulder. Yeah, some of you are getting a tap on the shoulder here to show you that your fortunes have been reversed. Let's see, is it your negative fortunes have been reversed? Hold on. Let me feel more into this, because this is getting me into a message that I feel like I heard earlier. So hold on, give me 1 second. Mm, okay, let's talk about it. So yeah, you guys are always out here being instructional. So when you heard me say your fortunes are being reversed, um, if you heard it as your good fortune is being reversed, how did it make you feel? At the bottom of the deck, we have this fear card, right? The card just fell on the floor too. Let me see if I can pick it up. We have this fear card. And so we acknowledge that there's a fear there about your fortune getting reversed. Wow, look at the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords coming out. We're going to hold on to him because he's trying to say something. But we've got this overlooking, like obsession. There's a bit of an obsession going on here. Look at how she's like watching the moon. Some of you maybe, it feels almost, I was going to say waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it feels almost like being in an old pattern of thought. Like you're just on autopilot at this point. You're just so used to be beating the drum of um failure, of, I'm hearing snacking. Snacking. Okay, it's somebody there. I mean, maybe me too, maybe, but But also just beating the drum of low self-worth and expecting failure, expecting things to take long, expecting you're not going to get what you want, you don't have what you need. Oh, as I'm listing this out, I'm getting some, this is past lifetime. A lot of us have past lifetime experiences as monks. I'm seeing extremely simple living here. Like imagine my room, right? Well, this is just part of it. Imagine like a room like this, but no artwork, no nothing, just a tiny window and a cot. That's the kind of energy. So some of us have that kind of mentality because it's programmed somewhere in our energetic field or from some past lifetime aspects. And that is really creating an obstacle for some of you to envision something bigger than the small room that you have. So now we're starting to talk about the struggle to conceive of something. Literally saying I would love to have more money, but you're coming with a cup when you could actually be having a barn full of it, or a Scrooge McDuck vault of it, or some inconceivable thing that's currently inconceivable to you because of the small pinhole that you're using to look through. So this is about asking you to widen your perspective, widen your perceptions. How do you do that? How do you introduce a wider perspective to yourself when you're running on a certain program? Well, you don't. That's like asking how a computer can rid itself of a virus. It doesn't. You introduce something from outside of it, like an antivirus. So in this case, once again, we head up to our higher self, and we're looking up, but really it's inside. But go ahead. If you'd like to, hug yourself, higher self, that's just as good. It may be even more accurate, than looking up, because where are we looking, right? So it's all inside. So higher self, please um, show me what I need to see in order to expand my consciousness. That will bring you out of this fear space that you're in so much. So funny, look at the next card. The next card is literally some your higher selves, or ancestors, your spirit team coming with 1, 2, 3. Well, have you thought about these? Look at you focusing on that one thing. They're like, well, what about these guys? Right? And then we have the Hierophant card. I love this card, the teaching card. Look at you super cutely sitting there, looking at your owl teacher and listening. You need to focus. A Course in Miracles. I mean, you can focus on whatever you guys want, but you have to focus on learning stuff that take you out of looking at this hyperfixation on your fears, on your small-minded beliefs about what you can have. This is talking about expansion of perception, because basically your viewpoint is too small right now. It's so small that you literally cannot see what you can have, but yet you have a desire to have something more. And so can you see how that can create an obstacle? You're like, hello, yeah, I'm trying to get something delivered, yeah, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, they're like, yeah, the delivery's outside, lady. You're like, I'm sorry, I don't see anything. You're looking out, the little pinhole in your front, in your door. And he's like, ma'am, it's in front of your garage. You're gonna have to go outside your house. It's too big to put on your front step. So you're literally unable to see this thing, whatever's coming in for you, because you cannot conceive of it as yet. You're not able to perceive of it as yet because your beliefs are keeping you too small. We saw that in a past lifetime. For some of you, you've got this programming in your past lifetime where there was no bigger. You were living just that small life. And so you call upon your higher self, your spirit team, to offer the intervention. Remember, we talked about it. Let's talk about May as intervention month. Speaking of, boop, remember this Five of Pentacles? Yeah, boop, there you are. Four of Cups. You know, this is my no thank you card. Discontent. But look at it. You're beating the drum of your own discontent. It's coming out really well with the Five of Pentacles, low self-worth. And so we go back to this instructional moment when the guide said, how do you feel about hearing your fortune has been reversed? You're like, oh no, my good fortune has been reversed. Actually, remember, what's for you can never be reversed unless you choose to uh, will it to be that way. So it's very important for you now to take a different stand about yourself, about what you would like to have or experience, what you think you can have and experience. You have to consider how deserving you are of it. All of these, no wonder the King of Swords was coming out. He's on that mental game right there. King of Swords, right? And look at how we have this cute little bird around his eye. So he's like, how do I take this to this? So this is all about your mindset. And the reason why this is important is because look at this, Three of Swords. Three of Swords is pretty much your sadness card, your despair. But notice it's not coming through as grief, the Five of Cups, in that emotional suit. We're looking at it in the mind, the mental suit of Swords. And so you see how your beliefs and your thoughts can actually give way to really not having what it is that you would love to have, what would bring you that emotional fulfillment, because you're not allowing yourself to have that. So when we talk about our higher selves and our spirit teams having intervention for us, they're coming in to assist us so that we can have what it is that we think we would like. Here they are with the Six of Pentacles coming in to have this discussion. Oh my God, right underneath there is what? The Ten of Cups, which literally speaks of emotional fulfillment. So in the month of May, and I believe we're coming into a new moon, I think tomorrow, May 8th, yay. But in the month of May, I remember new moons are those moons you really would like to set your intentions to. In the month of May, it looks so far like thematically, it's a wonderful time for you to start talking about what it is that you would like to have be the case for you. You're going to have to watch your mindset, watch the things that you say. Remember, what you say doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. We may say, I just said, watch what you say, right? But we're not watching what we say because what we say is going to move mountains. What? You can't say anything to move a mountain. It's what you believe on some level of your field that drives the existential drive that you have, that then also informs the thoughts that you think, that inform the emotions that you feel, that then inform the gut reactions that you're going to have, that then without mindfulness cycles straight into action. So you see, it's very important to work on the core beliefs, because it is your core belief that cycles down into action. So it's not about your words, they mean nothing. It's your core belief, and that is what's going to assign the frequencies, higher frequencies, lower frequencies, whatever, and direct what you, on some level of your field unconsciously, what you call in from all that is. All things are possible under God. Remember that. All things are possible under God. It's all that is in all the entirety, but it's you with your beliefs that call in from this closet of all that is possibility, things into probability. If you can imagine, it's just the tiniest and tiniest of pinpricks of what could be. And the reason why we don't have certain things on this planet that we're made aware of, like people flying. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there, they would think twice before coming forward. Transmuting things, doing things we can't even conceive of. There are people on this planet you will never even read about, you will never see. The vibration that they carry and the knowledge that they carry and the belief system that they carry is so different that they are not in alignment with mainstream anything. You're so far out of alignment with these people energetically that you're past, you're like two ships in the night. You don't even perceive of them. And so the name of the game here is to expand your consciousness, because when you expand your consciousness, in order to expand your consciousness, you must deprogram. You must let go of your beliefs. It is your beliefs that are programmed, that keep you locked into certain belief systems. And because your beliefs are what direct your physical reality, it's literally what calls matter into physicality for you. Excuse me, what calls these light waves and stuff into physicality for you. Um, you are limiting yourself. And by you, all of us. And so that's why we'll say, you can't fly, you can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do that. That guy's crazy. What is he talking about? No, it's a reflection on you working within your own limited mindset. And because we are citizens of Earth and have chosen by social contract to be born into cultures and taught in the schools and this and that, all of that is just reinforcing a mindset. That's all it is. And so that's why you will just not be able to do certain things, and you will fool yourself into thinking all things are not possible under God. Yeah, you can regrow that limb, sure, but I bet you $100 you don't have the mindset to believe yourself to be able to do that. And so if you cannot get to that level of belief, you might as well just go ahead and give your belief over to all the placebos in this world. That's all it is, right? So when we have these lifetimes, what we're trying to do at the end of the day is heal perceptions. You heal perceptions by looking at what you believe, and you may not even get to what you believe yet, your core belief. You could probably start by looking at what you're being, what you're feeling, and what you're doing, and thinking about how it makes you feel when you said that or you did that or you felt this way, and backing that up and looking, well, where did that feeling and that gut reaction and all that come from? What was I thinking? You're there with your therapist. What was I thinking? And we're parsing through ideas, and how can we interrupt that and disrupt the patterns here, and what can we do, all of that. But you're going to eventually back that up even more, and you're going to come into understanding the flow of energy and how it relates to all of this stuff, right? You'll realize it's not starting with the thoughts, it's starting deeper than that, with these core beliefs that you have been indoctrinated into lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Look, we just talked about that, um, the monk programming that a lot of you, I'm feeling in your energetic fields, right? It's still happening right now. It's still going for you. And so it serves to affect the way that you see your life possibly opening up for you or not opening up for you. It serves to affect the way that you see money and your deservability, of how pure you are, how you're not pure. You see what I mean? So imagine lifetime after lifetime of this. Is it any wonder that you will laugh at someone who's out there and says, oh, I healed myself of this? Of course you wouldn't laugh. Of course you shouldn't laugh at, because it's just reflecting your own inability to have the consciousness that you would need and the belief system that you would need to be able to pull that off. And this is not a critique, because I'm out here too. We're all out here, but we have to see these things for what they are, and to work at the very least, in right now, at the very least, to clean up the way that we are having this self-concept of ourselves. When you think about yourself and you describe yourself, you're most likely 8 out of 10 times going to describe yourself in relation to what you have thought yourself to be out of connections with other people. For example, you may say, I'm really funny. Are you? Are you really that funny? How do you know that you're funny? Oh, because I made somebody laugh. Everyone's always saying I'm so funny. Or, some of you will say, oh, because I crack myself up. Okay, good. All right, there we go. There we're starting somewhere. But a lot of you will just say, oh, because I'm so funny, I make everyone laugh. And I just always know the right thing to say is, oh, okay. Are you pretty? Oh, yeah, I would say I'm pretty. I mean, people are like looking at me, they like me, all those people who are indoctrinated, in one generation, people who are overweight are considered beautiful and sexy, and then in this generation they're not. Like you're trusting those people, right? So you see what I mean? You want to take a look at how you are forming your self-concept. Who are you? Who are you if the friends aren't hanging around? If you're not getting that constant validation because of the job you have, or the way you look, or the sound of your voice, or how much money you have, or or what you represent to people, and like, where is this identity coming from? It's a false identity. And a lot of times people are not willing to look at that and to understand all that goes into constructing that false identity. Some people can't even get out of seeing themselves as a football fan. They're known in the on the block as that football fan, or he's known on the block as this guy, or she's known on the block as that guy. They can't even get out of that. A lot of people can't even get out of the identity of being a wife or a mother or a black woman or just a whatever it is, right? So if you struggle to even see yourself outside of these constructed, it's all constructs, constructed identities, why would you think that you can, why would you think that it's silly to think that all things are possible under God? It's not that these things are not possible, it's that your mindset is too small to see it, right? Some people struggle just going to another country. So the point that the guides are trying to bring through today is intervention time. I think we had didn't we have intervention time last year? Wasn't it around May? I don't remember what month it was. It was always May, but it's time to wisen up is what I'm getting. And to wisen up here means to realize that it's not that God is not providing for you. It's not that you are not getting opportunities sent your way. The question is, what are you believing into physicality that is going to stop you from receiving? Because in your natural state, your organic state, you're not a body, period. But since we're at this level of perspective, let's talk about bodies. You're going to perceive yourself as being a body because because what you're viewing from the third dimension. And you're going to see that ukulele, you're going to see all this, but you use your third eye and you shift into another dimension. You're not seeing stuff the same. You transition and pass away from this world. You're what body? What's a body? And so I want you to know you're not a body. That's the first of all. But since we're down here, we're going to look at it that way. Start to disassemble these kinds of beliefs, because it's these kinds of beliefs that keep us very trapped. And so when we're out here gently and lovingly saying, oh my gosh, I would love to have this new job, I'd love to find this new place, I would love to get married, I would start asking yourself, why am I not having those things, right? There's a lot to unpack there, and it always starts with your shadow work, looking at the things you don't want to look at, everyone's favorite. But it also includes understanding that your belief system is likely the culprit. Yes, we have soul contracts and all of that, but you would be very surprised to know how much leeway you actually have in constructing the reality that you're choosing to live. So this is getting into a larger conversation, but long story short, for this month, in the month of May, your spirit guides are going to be really helping you in the form of interventions to get you to see the wider picture and to see that it's simply your beliefs of self, your self-concept, which is completely, utterly constructed, right? It's not as rigid as you think. It doesn't have to be. Now, the specifics of that curriculum and how those lessons are going to come in for you will be between you and your spirit team, because you guys are super sweetly different. And so you're going to have it manifest in different ways. But please do keep an eye out and observe how these teachings are going to come in for you this month, so that you can literally get out of your own way and start to allow for the things that you would like to have that will align with your emotional freedom and fulfillment, how you will be able to bring that in for yourself. Okay. Are there any other messages that want to come in for you guys? I don't know. That was a lot already. Oh, yeah, they're also talking about, they're showing me the monkey brain. Now, did I get that right? Okay. The monkey brain. I'm trying to interpret. But they're showing that part of our issue has to do, I want to make sure I'm getting this right, with oh God, I'm blanking. They're probably like, I'm trying to say da, but I'm blanking on where I want to get it right. It's not, I'm just gonna give you elements. It has to do with, it's not ancestors, forefathers, uh antecedents, and I don't want to say evolution. Anyway, there's a connection there. Has to do with maybe I even DNA. I want to say DNA, but then they're like, let's just say DNA. Okay, we'll go with that. Because I know a lot of you out there are gonna be like, I knew it. They've been tampering with our DNA, and maybe they have, right? But that's not the point of this conversation here. But they're showing it has to do with the lineage right there. There's a sharing of DNA. There's something there, and I don't want to use the word tampering, but that probably is. But long story short, we don't have to stay at this level of expression. They're saying that's a really nice way of saying, or a very succinct way of saying it. You can evolve. It's just like you don't have to see yourself as a body and feel trapped in the body and evolve along with the body. What is the body? No, right? Evolve out of it. Get out of it. Stop giving it so much idea. It's your giving of idea to things that's literally just reinforcing it energetically. All right. So, any hoodles, and just to back that up, if you have these energy, come in for the intuitive counseling, those of you who've had energy sessions with me, you understand what I mean. When we clear certain things from the field, we shift the energies, you have experiences in the physical world that align with that. So, people moving forward, we have to start understanding the world in terms of energy. And it's no longer this idea of, oh, woo woo, and this witch and that. Like, all of that is you stuck in some old time. This is about understanding that whatever you see in the physical, even giving birth, and this baby came out this, and my body made this baby, and all of that. Us readers, we're out here reading that in your field years before it even happens in the physical, right? So you have to understand whatever comes to pass in the physical is just that it has come to pass from a moment that is long gone, but was a once and now moment. And that's why they say the now moment is in the non-physical. There is no physical now moment. It's past. That's all the past. All right. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. I guess I think they'll comment on a lot of that more as we do the Astro Reel. So keep looking at that. I'll try to, they're always ready. They're always ready. I'll try to put those out a little bit more. Sorry, just trying to be busy working too, but I'll put those out too. And so we can get a little bit more information. Of course, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, a healing session, all of that wonderful, lovely stuff, or if you have questions, you know where to find me. You can hit me up in the DMs, and you can always also go to my Etsy page, and you can place any orders there as well. And it's such a pleasure to work with you guys as usual. Okay. Mwah. Bye. Happy interventioning.